Hello everybody, my name is Wayne Ackerman, Superintendent of Schools for Clinton County. Last night, November the 14th, our board voted 5-0 to approve a double nickel tax for our school facilities. Now, a double nickel means that every taxpayer would pay 10 cents on every $100. And the reason they did that in large part was because Clinton County needs a new high school. The current high school we have now is 61 years old without any renovation or any remodeling. As you can see on the screen here, this is the representation of the blueprint for the high school. This is the part that was originally built that has not had any additional work to it, and this is the part that was built later on in 1971. And we have had some additions and rebuilds to the gym and band room hallway in that area. So just to let you know kind of what the high school looks like, most people just drive by the high school and just from the outside appearance, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. But on the inside, you can imagine after 61 years what it might look like without renovations or repair. Additionally, some of the serious needs that we have at the high school, when the high school was built, there were no computers in the building. So the electrical spine of the high school is in dire straits. And in most classrooms, there's a small amount of plugs. And when multiple plugs are plugged in at the same time, there's a lot of power outages. And we've even had fires come from this. Additionally, we have a lot of issues with our sewage system. We have clay pipes that are embedded underneath the concrete floors, and over time, those clay pipes are collapsing, which is causing backup and sewage to be in the high school. Not only visibly, but most always a smell is in the hallways. It's not uncommon for the roof to be leaking or even for ceilings to cave in where water gushes into one classroom and then it rolls down the floorway into other classrooms. So there is a large need for Clinton County to have a new high school and to take care of the buildings that we have now in place. Just to kind of let you know, there is a brochure that we have. We've got it out local places in town. We have many copies here at the Board of Education. If anybody would like a copy of the brochure, it kind of goes over a lot of information I'm sharing with you today, but then also more detailed information that I'll share with you in just a few minutes. But in terms of nickels, Clinton County has one nickel. All the counties around us, communities can add nickels if they want, and that's how they take care of their facilities and build new facilities for the future. Now, just a little bit about the nickels in Kentucky. For Clinton County, our nickel generates and brings in $830,000, and that one nickel allows us to bond $13 million of borrowing power, so to say. Now, when we collect on that $830,000, our general tax base, our general revenue, we bring in about 37% of that amount. So when Clinton County takes taxes on this much money, we pay actually about this much money. We can't quite get to what the state expects us to get to, so the state contributes the additional 63%. So when you're looking on the brochure, we have a picture of two jars. One jar has just a little bit of change in it, and the next jar has quite a bit more change, and that represents what it looks like when we pay a nickel. Our local tax base pays 37%, and the rest of the state kicks in 63%. Now that dollar amount, $830,000, where that money comes from, the state collects all the property value across the whole state, from Pike County to Paducah. They add all of the property value together. They divide it by the number of schools, by the number of students who go to public school in Kentucky, and the number they come up with is about $598. So for Clinton County, the state multiplies $598 times our student population, which is give or take around 1,365 students, and that's what gets us to $830,000. And the state says that is the most fair way to do it because it represents that every student in the state is allotted that same dollar amount of about $598 per student to go just to facilities. Other communities decide we want to increase our nickel, we want to add a nickel, or we want to add two nickels so we can build facilities and take care of the ones that we have. And this is what it looks like for the communities around us. Now, some people have asked where would we put a new high school? Once this goes through, even though the board did approve it, there's a 45-day window where there might be a petition that's filed. We're hopeful that everybody will see that a new high school is a tremendous asset to our community for our students. And if we were to get an opportunity to do that, the first thing that we would do by state law is form a local planning committee. Now, this planning committee would have community people, community leaders. It would have certified staff from the school, classified staff. It would have RSA or our financial advisor. It would have architects. It would have multiple people that would be in a room together to help decide and make decisions on where a school might be located, how it would be built, what it might look like, and all the different things that it might include. This shaded area represents property that Clinton County already owns. This building here is ECC, the Early Childhood Center. Here's the Wellness Center. And then we own all of this property that's shaded in behind it. We also, obviously, we own the property where the high school sits. We own quite a bit of this property. And so the local planning committee would make determinations about where that school might be located. Either way, no matter where we put the new high school, we would always keep the current high school gym that is in place right now. And that would be where games are held. That gym is such a staple in the community. A lot of money has gone into it, a lot of history in that gym. And if we were to purchase a new school and build a new gym, there's no way that the state would allow us to build a gym the size that we have now. The square footage in that gym, we couldn't duplicate by law because of our student population. Here's another representation just to show this, that as we get with the local planning committee and we make determinations about where the school is going to be, the state tells us, based on our student population, how big areas can be. So for example, the cafeteria could be no larger than 3,000 square feet. This is just a wheel that shows how big classrooms have to be, how much square footage office space has to be, and that's part of the regulations that you have to turn into the state for everything to be approved. If we were fortunate enough to continue this process and take this step forward with the new school, we know that the new classrooms would look amazing. It would be great learning opportunities for students. The library and the media center would have great opportunities for students. And this is just a rendering of what a picture of a new high school could look like. We're not saying that this would be what the new high school looks like, but it would certainly be a very nice building, very attractive for the community, but more importantly, something that kids could feel good about, know that we care, love them, and it would give them great opportunities for the future. Hey, I really appreciate you taking time to watch the video today. If you have any questions, please stop by the board. You can pick up a brochure and feel free to call me anytime. I'd be happy to meet with you or talk to anybody who you feel like maybe has questions or concerns about the double nickel tax. And again, just to clarify, the double nickel is 10 cents on every $100. So if you're a property owner and you have $100,000 worth of property, you're yearly, at the end of the year, you're going to pay an additional $100 of property value. Broken down month to month, that's going to be about $8.33 a month. So again, thank you, appreciate it, and have a wonderful afternoon.